Hi, I'm Robert. I come to you as an automobile enthusiast that has maintained, serviced, and repaired my own vehicles in excess of 30 years. I currently drive a car with over 230,000 miles on it, and I once had a car that had over 400,000 miles on it and ran very well. While you're watching the video, please watch a step or two ahead. Sometimes the current step is better explained in the next step or two. Also, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you benefit from the information. Working with this 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee, similar to this one, it's causing everything in the center cluster to go out. The radio doesn't work, the central air unit stuff doesn't work, and it's got a master display function right above the ashtray that also doesn't work. So I'm going to dig into it and figure out what's going on and try to get this fixed. First thing I'm going to do is pull off this side, lower side of the dash panel. You got 4 screws across the bottom. They're all Phillips and 1 on the side. I'm going to remove 2 screws from the underside of this panel. Under the climate control, there's 2 screws there that have to be removed. Now I'm going to remove the trim from around the air conditioner climate controls and from the right side of the steering wheel. Work something behind it, pull it loose. It has 7 clips, so try not to break it. Now I'm going to pull this panel off here. There's screws under it and clips under it, so you just work something under there. It has 3 clips, 1 about here, 1 here, and 1 behind the steering wheel, so lower the steering wheel. Now I'm going to remove these 2 screws, 1 on either side of the steering wheel. Okay, now that I got the screws out on both sides of the steering wheel, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trim loose and pull this lower panel off. It's got 3 clips behind it. 2 on this side and 1 on the other side by the door, and pull that panel off. Now you want to put the key in the ignition, turn the car on, put your foot on the brake, and put the car in drive and set the parking brake, because you'll need this shifter out of the way from that lower stuff right there. Now you want to go ahead and remove the ashtray. Lower it down, push down on that tab, and go ahead and pull it out. Now you want to go ahead and remove the ashtray. Lower it down, push down on that tab, and go ahead and pull it out. Now you want to remove the 2 screws from behind the ashtray. Now you want to look under the dash and pull the 4 screws out that roll along the bottom of the glove box. So pull the 4 screws on the bottom of the glove box. To remove the fuse panel cover, just stick your finger up in there and jerk it off. Next I'm going to pull the screw on the passenger side of the lower dash panel. Next I'm going to pull the 4 screws from inside the glove compartment. Next, I'm going to unplug the glove compartment wire. It has a little latch on the driver's side of it. Now I got to pull 2 screws out from the back of the glove box piece that connects the bottom of the center cluster unit in, the part with the cigarette lighters and the power adapter and the ashtray. Unscrew those 2 screws. Okay, now you got the whole lower dash out. So that's how you get it out. 1 screw at a time. Now I want to take the 3 screws out of this display unit. You got 1 here, 1 on the other side up top, and then 1 down on the bottom there. Right here. Get those 3 screws out. Alright, now you can pull the 3 screws out of the climate control unit, one there, one on the bottom, and one on the other side. Alright, I'm going to put the 3 screws back in this central climate control unit. Alright, now I'm going to slide this back in place and put the 3 screws back in there, 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom. Now I'm going to screw the unit, the part of it that has the lighters and the power outlet, back on to the back of this glove box portion of the dash. Next, I'm going to plug in the glove compartment wire. Next, I'm going to work the glove compartment unit in place along with that lower part of the center console. Make sure the screws line up and start putting screws in. They're all Phillips screws. Next, I'm going to install the screw on the side of the dash panel on the passenger side. Now I'm going to install the fuse panel cover. Now I'm going to install this little light at the bottom of the floor panel. Lights up the floor panel, and put the other 2 screws in the bottom of this glove box panel. Now I'm going to install the 2 screws behind the ashtray. Now you want to go ahead and install the ashtray. Now you want to go ahead and put the car in park and take the key out of ignition. Now I'm going to install the lower side dash on the driver's side. It has a couple of clips in there that have to be lined up and pressed in place. So I'm going to press them in place and install the 2 screws that I pulled out of it just under the steering wheel. I'm going to install these 2 screws, one on either side of the steering wheel. Now I lowered the steering wheel and I'm going to install this trim by the headlight controls. It has 3 clips in there that presses it back in place. Now I'm going to install the trim over where the right hand side of the steering wheel goes. There's several clips on it. Have the steering wheel lowered, press those clips in place, and it'll just snap in. Now I'm install the 2 screws on the underside of the panel where that display is. Make sure the bottom of the dash panels line up and install 5 screws, 1 on the side and 4 across the bottom. If you feel that this information was beneficial, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can also subscribe to my channel so that you can get notification of future videos that I post. Visit my channel. I have all types of do-it-yourself videos there. You can leave questions here and I'll try to respond to them as quick as possible. You can also visit my website at robertspinner.com. Thanks again for watching.